Hello again, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We're going to skip down the mountain here because I've done this trip enough times. Today we have a big list of things to do for the main quest. But first we're going to kick off the next step for the Dark Brotherhood quest line so that we can get Astrid thinking about our next stupid move. Now, I'm going to be going on vacation for the next week or two away from my recording hardware. So I won't be able to make the next video on time, I don't think. I was trying to make one ahead of schedule, but we ran into several microphone problems again that meant the last couple of things I recorded didn't actually work out. So for that reason, I think I'll need to skip next week and then get back on schedule when I return from my trip. Alright, well, having gotten away from town, he'll change out of his fine clothes into his Archmage robes, Morokai, probably the Frost Boots, and the Necromancer's Amulet sounds like a good choice. Now, I think I heard some wolves. But where are they? No, maybe the ones up there. They didn't seem to notice me, though. Well, if they don't bother me, I won't bother them. So I'm running on down to Falkreath, where I want to talk to Astrid, advance the Dark Brotherhood questline, and do some shopping, too. The next section of the main quest is basically the epic conclusion, and you can't come back from it until it's finished once you leave for it. So, I need to make sure I'm as well equipped as possible. Plenty of potions, and ideally, some better elemental resistant boots. But what are the odds that I'll find more of those after all this time? I do have a pretty solid set, so I'm not really complaining. I mean, my 30% frost boots are pretty weak, but with my vampire resistance, that's kind of okay. I do have a solid pair of shock resistance ones, and of course, I found those very heavy but very effective dwarven ones. For fire. Alright, so it's been a while since I walked to Falkreath, so therefore I'm actually going to walk the whole trip and not fast travel at this time.
Looks like you're sprinting to me.
Bandits up there, I think, so I'll steer clear of them. Not worth the trouble. How far from nightfall are we? Must have just got there. Beautiful lake over there. It was a very good game design decision to have the game start off in the Falkreath region, so when you come out of, Helgen, you can just see this beautiful countryside and decide where to go. Ooh, friendly up ahead, I better take off this mask. If the game started off in, like, the Pale or something like that, it would not be anywhere near as appealing. So who is this person?
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother. Why? What are you gonna do? Cry? I don't have to take that from you.
I'd have to be like level 80 before this person would grasp that the guy wearing an ancient dragon priest mask, wielding like a mystical staff, dressed in the Archmage of Winterhold's robes and so forth, is not actually to be messed with.
To be fair, you aren't wearing the mask.
That's true, you're right. I can fix that.
Maybe she can't see very well through her helmet.
Yeah, it is kind of a dumb-looking hat. It always irks me a bit that whenever you stagger somebody, they always stagger backward, regardless of what direction they got hit from.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
It's hard to keep your enemies in melee with your Atronachs sometimes. I could try to use Vampire Seduction on this person, but I'm betting that she's too high level. I think I only hit up to level 20 right now.
I don't know if charboiled blood would taste very good.
Another hostile up there. Let's see if they come down. Oh, is it just like a mage or something like that? I think so. Yeah. So a mage... Oh, a novice conjurer. But it's an elf. Drat. Oh wait, dark elf. So, therefore... Nice spikes. Not drinking elf blood. Void salts. Worth a lot for their weight. Not that that really matters to me now.
Just rolling
Wolves.
in gold.
Yep. Good thing it doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
Are they gonna turn and fight each other at some point? No? Okay. Just the way it worked out. It is nice to be able to instant kill them with one dual cast attack. Now they have both fire perks. I must have saved this deer from them.
What level are you now?
25.
And you can now instant kill wolves.
With a dual-casted firebolt. Yep. Take off this mask before I'm seen. It is night, after all.
Fancy robes. You a wizard or something?
That's just a passing hunter, I guess. Several friendlies over there. I wonder what that's about. Guess we'll find out.
Is it a party?
Oh, it might be. Although, usually it's only 3 people. Oh, I see. No, it's a bandit chief who's only currently a friendly. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be fooled by that. So. They should fight each other now, I think. Yep. One has a bow, so I need to watch out for him. The bandit chief I really need to watch out for. There might be multiple chiefs. There's often like 2 or 3 chiefs per bandit group when you find them out like this for some reason. I have no idea why. My suspicion is it's some kind of bug and it's meant to be just like 1 chief or something like that. Or like 2 chiefs fighting each other with their own bandit minions. No idea. Can't prove anything, but like given the sloppiness of this game at times, I have some confidence in that. Yeah, 3 bandit chiefs and 1 regular old bandit, I think.
Maybe it was misconfidence.
Is that a regular old bandit? Bandit outlaw, but that's weak enough. You're not an elf, are you? Those are the pointy ears. Darn it!
So, 3 chiefs?
It might have actually been 2 chiefs. Still, that's like a fairly high leaders to followers ratio.
Yeah.
Like 1 to 1. And that's how it usually is. I've never seen it be less than the majority or, you know, equal number of chiefs when I have that kind of encounter on the road. Well, we're not too far from Fall Creek now. So it's unlikely I'll find another person I can feed upon. So, might need to pay a midnight visit to one of the people at Fall Creek.
I don't know. You might need to wait till 1 or 2 in the morning here.
Let me make sure I'm not wearing my creepy hat as I approach yet another person. What about you? Another elf! Jeez! The Strugblocks are right. We need to kick the elves out of here so the vampires can feed upon reasonable people. Maybe he hasn't heard about the peace, conference that just happened. I guess he is coming out from, like, one of the most isolated holds in Skyrim.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's joining now that there is a peace conference, so he won't be sent to combat.
Typical elves. Alright. So I think Astrid will meet me near the door, saving me the nuisance of wandering around and talking to all these idiots. Hjalti has decided that most of them are not really to be trusted right now, and very few of them are useful other than maybe Festus Krex, who is probably less knowledgeable than Hjalti. Hjalti always wears his mask in here, since they knew that he committed the murder he did while wearing the mask. So
you're back. Good. Alright, so, did you meet this Motier? What did he want? You're joking. What's this?
The notion that we'd sell like 1 random piece of jewelry to pay for the expenses of killing the Emperor is very silly. Like,
by Sithis, you're not joking.
Really, the notion that like small pocket change expenses would be like the deal maker or deal breaker to do something like this is an absurdity. What matters is like whether it's going to be good for our organization, and the answer is absolutely not. When we killed Pelagius, the Dark Brothers nearly wiped out, and they were much stronger back then.
Since the murder of Uriel's septum, and that was 200.
And that also resulted in the complete destruction of the group that did it.
No,
and Night Mother is an idiot who drove the Dark Brothers into the ground by deciding to have them all murder each other for, like, the amusement of it right before the Oblivion Crisis.
What's going on here, if you're the listener, or this is some fluke, or what. But what we now have before us... You're damn right we'll accept it. If we pull this off, the Dark Brotherhood will...
We really won't. We'll still just be like 10 guys living in a cave. With no ability to back up our further, threats or anything like that.
But this is all so
She's also just a terrible leader with no concept of the scale of the operation and how much danger will be in.
end this.
Or like the history of how every time people assassinate the Emperor, they get wiped out.
I'm thinking we need that amulet of praise.
This is so stupid, too. It's just like an excuse to send you out to Riften for no reason.
How much it's worth.
Like, the notion that we would care about how much it's really worth, and that there's only one person who can actually appraise it, is absurd.
There's only one man who can give us what we need. Delvin Mallory. He's a fence. A private operator.
So he's a member of the Thieves Guild. So I do kind of like the intersection between the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild here. But it's a very poorly done excuse for it. They should have had us like need the Thieves Guild services for some kind of stealthy part of the operation to kill the Emperor. That would have been much more appropriate and much more interesting.
Mallory and the Dark Brotherhood have history. He can be trusted.
Don't the Thieves Guild try to avoid any killing and assassination, though?
You're thinking of Oblivion, where the Thieves Guild were like these noble outlaws, like Robin Hood and whatever, basically. Here in Skyrim, the Thieves Guild are just like horrible, petty murderers, muggers, and crooks. And a lot of them are Dark Brotherhood members or things like that. Who are willing to, kill people over nothing.
Gotcha.
I do like the much darker take on things in Skyrim compared to Oblivion. I hated that, like, absurdly cheery setting. It was totally inappropriate when, like, there were demons invading and whatnot. I always did enjoy, like, a more dark and gritty kind of fantasy, I think. Is that Barbas over there? Or am I... Yeah, it's Barbas. I'm not doing your stupid quest.
And here I thought you were a dog person.
Vampire, not a werewolf. Maybe I'll switch into my fine clothes out here. And maybe not my Necromancer's amulet. Talos amulet. Out in the country hold like this, even though it is an Imperial hold, I'm sure that'll go over pretty well with most of the locals. Is this store open late? I remember they keep odd hours.
What time is it?
It's like 10? Oh, this is the obnoxious idiot brother who doesn't run the place.
Provincials like you wanders.
I'm gonna wander your house while I'm at it, but your brother who's useful is not here. Got any Eider cheese? You do have Eider cheese. You're not even looking. Alright, you know what?
I can't believe we let provincials like you wander Skyrim.
That's much better. Convenient jerk victim right there.
Yeah.
Couldn't pass it up.
Yeah.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean.
Oh, there's more Eider cheese. Must have been a while since I came here.
Well, what reason do you have to come to Valkyrie?
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
There is none, unfortunately. It's a very pretty town,
Drink
but
for
there's
the thirsty,
basically no reason to
food
ever
for
go
the
here
hungry.
for any quest. Got any sweets? I should stock up, because I don't think Alduin will keep any in his lair. It's a start.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
How can I get the other wheel?
But then he went quiet, did
No, it's too many rooms
Strong
around.
man.
Couldn't the XERL.
Matilda who said,
Maybe you can pay a midnight visit to the table rather than to a nap.
But it's Skyrim. If I go to bed now, they'll all stay in their present positions doing exactly what they're currently doing all night long. Okay, so I'll eat a leg of goat roast and drink some Nord mead and a sweet roll, and well, I really still have a lot of those. They're not terribly useful because I have better magic resistance.
Do they stack?
That's a good question. I could check that. Although actually, I don't really need much magic resistance anymore. 10% might well put me up at the max or near to it.
"Oh, you talk."
I need to check that. If I wore my rings, I'm sure it would. Okay, so I'll get maybe 9 hours. No, it needs to be 10 for everybody to be getting up. Good night's sleep here. And I would sit down at the table near the Eider cheese wheel and like filch it then, but the problem is when you sit down at tables, the waitress comes running.
At some point,
So, if you just had this conversation and whatever.
Just spend less time
At least it reduces the number of witnesses around.
The brave lass Matilda charged
You
in
know, I have never noticed that they come running when you do that.
And the
Yep,
braggart named
I've seen it a couple times in this Let's Play. Don't know if you were there.
when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Like, the innkeeper will say something about sending the waitress over, and then the waitress will run over, usually. Here she comes. She gets stuck. There we go.
You want a drink? Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry?
I think I bought everything good. Oh, another sweet roll, though.
Nice.
Neat.
Aye.
Okay, so I'll eat another sweet roll. And some mead, and...
Now, I don't think you're supposed to bring your own food to the table.
The tables, though, are stockpiled with food you're not supposed to eat, so clearly they just have a totally different restaurant culture in this country.
Good point.
I can't imagine why they would do that unless they're just, like, totally short on storage space, but...
Maybe it's all plastic.
Skins as pale as the snow. Blades, helmets.
That's a weird look.
Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Flaming shock, destruction, alteration, worthless.
Take a
Well, I
look.
don't think I can sell to you, though. Maybe. I guess I got shot full of arrows like a pincushion. I really shouldn't have done so much buying and selling. It's leveled my speech up and therefore giving me extra levels that I don't want to have.
See me at my
I'd probably
forge
level
if you
like
need
22 or
armor.
23 otherwise. Which would make me a good deal stronger relative to my environment. So don't be like a greedy nut like I am, who's incapable of not looting dungeons. You'll do better.
Don't let the shop's name frighten you. Take
Why
a
did
look.
he name it something so stupid then?
What was the name?
Something death related, because it's Falkreath. That's solid fire resistance. Do they have anything better? Yeah, they do have something better. I'll take those. And those. Nice. Brief invisibility sounds useful. I don't think I really need any more enduring. I've got enough invisibility. I could use basically every solid potion of health or magicka, just in case. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that too. Extra magic regen is useful for fighting dragons and so forth. Alright, that's about it.
Until next time.
Can I sell anything to
Falkreath,
you?
take a look.
I guess I can sell that and those. Those. Useless to me. Pretty worthless. I heal myself. Light feet, worthless. I really have a lot of resist powers. I should start using those. But again, I'm kind of a hoarder about anything that's actually useful.
Yeah. Save it for an emergency, and during an emergency, save it for a bigger emergency.
Yep.
I'll take my leave then.
Okay, so time to leave town.
These
Oh, actually, I should check the name. I did forget about it. Grave concoctions. Why would you name it something like that? And then, like, have to tell every visitor not to let the name scare them.
Assuming they...
Right.
Greybeards have arranged the truth.
I guess I just came from Riverwood, so I'll simply skip there this time, rather than do the exact same, now empty path back. Alright, let's see what we've got over here. I'm just going to stop here, buy and sell a few things, maybe. Dragon bones on the ground, but I should resist the temptation and not sell those.
Don't like those blades, helmets. Pretty
Poor
much
Oliver
anything to
just
suit
has
your
to
needs.
stare at them on his porch.
Fire resistance 30. I already have that. Yeah, of course, as a new character, I also have the stare at these like precious steel ingots there on the porch, and then usually find a way to steal them and smith with them. It's a good way to start the game, honestly. Being able to like, either make or improve a steel piece of equipment at level 1 or something is pretty good.
Someone that has seen faraway places.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Let's see. Mara, circlet, conjuration, worthless robes, lockpicking. No.
You don't want to buy my amulet?
I think I already have one.
Oh. Name Mara was actually not inspired by the Mara in Skyrim. I was using it before.
They're armored trolls that don't actually have any kind of armor bonuses.
All hail the dragon.
I mean, there's not
Oh, well.
much metal to cover the rest of the body.
I don't claim to... blades, helmets, pretty much anything
What
to
have
suit
you
your
got?
needs.
Alright, so
Don't forget...
one last place to check in hopes of getting some useful boots, because Jordan will not have any.
We've got
The
small.
worst smith
Take
in
a
all
look.
of Skyrim. Smithing... no. Drat.
Good doing business with you.
Well, no way to get better boots, but I do have a solid set for most elements.
You could just work on enchanting for a while.
Yeah, but enchanting... I haven't heard these lines before. I've rarely come this far in the main quest. Like, just once, actually, I think. So I'm not sure which quest accomplishment makes them acknowledge me as Dragonborn.
Everything. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them
Depth
treasures.
rose. We're getting closer, but not there yet. Ring of Health, Ring of Illusion. No. Any useful potions over here? Not. I guess those are okay. Any useful food? Sliced out or cheese. Bah.
Do come back.
I don't have anything I can sell to him, do I? I am at like a fairly
Don't
high
mean to be rude,
poundage.
but I'm too
I need
busy to
to
talk
take
right
a
now.
look.
I guess I can sell that, 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 and potions. I think I sold all those that weren't useful. Apparel. I need those boots and those robes. I guess those I can sell. And it's magic. It's really weak at this point. I haven't found better rings for some reason. I think I'll sell those. I'm just going to wear the heavy boots.
Remember,
Well, not as lightweight as I would like, but not too bad. I'll hit up the inn and maybe I can convert some of this Idar cheese into Ellsworth fondue, and that'll free up a few pounds. Especially if they have ale. I think I'm short on ale right now.
Just stoke the fire. If it's
Oh,
worth,
what kind of
take a look.
tavern doesn't have ale?
About half of
Need
them
anything
rolling the
else?
dice.
You know,
Since they have a random selection of beverages and foods and whatnot. Alright.
We drink to our
Yep, I'm gonna run out of ale before I run out of Ellsworth fondue. Or Idar cheese.
the age of aggression.
Sorry, not Ellsworth
is
fondue. Moon
just
sugar.
about done.
Well, that's alright. Still like a good number of pounds saved. Like 12, I think? Yeah. So, I'm just about ready. All I have to do now is... Ah. All I have to do now is stop off at the Talos Shrine along the way, make sure my blessing is fully powered.
Barely tolerate our presence on
That guy is usually my first kill in Skyrim.
Yeah, I don't like him much either.
So I think
You're
going
not the patron, you're the patriarch!
I think you're gonna start a local legend. Make sure to slice your Idar cheese or it'll go missing.
Maybe there's already somebody who's onto this trick, and that's why so many of them are sliced already.
So
Another
start
wanderer.
sealing the
Here
sliced
lies
and
my
it won't
father.
work anymore and it won't bother and you'll get your regular.
We're ready, Dragonborn. Just say.
So now this is a stupid question to ask, having just heard him say that he's ready.
As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word.
So I've only done this once before, so I don't really remember exactly how it goes.
My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my.
Yeah, really
city
still not
in
sure
your
why we're
hands.
doing that, but the way it is. I guess I'm gonna go... Oh, Farnga's wandering out. Great, I'm gonna use his room to change. But not this one. I can't wear Morokai for this, unfortunately. I think it'll be a fight. But let's see. Fire resistance probably useful against most dragons. I'll wear the Circlet of Destruction. And do I have anything else on the Emblem of Talos? That will actually be useful, I think. Robes, boots, yeah. Good setup. So I'll need to equip his Shout.
You're just gonna leave his door open?
Actually, if he's called Snow Wing Hunter, he might be a Ice Dragon. Let's see. He left it open, actually. I closed it. And then reopened it.
Oh, I only saw it closed.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that.
We're ready
Okay, I
when you
wasn't paying attention. I thought I closed it behind me. But I could be totally wrong. Alright, so the Jarl is going to stand out here completely exposed. To a dragon. Where is everybody?
It'll be fine.
Alright, so it looks like actually if I'm back here, nobody can see me. And therefore I can shave like 2 minutes off my shout time by putting on Mordecai for like 1 second. And then switching back. I might need Dragon Rend. I'm going to equip that. So the Jarl just stands out here. Didn't that work? There, okay. Oh, it resets your shot time. Okay. Well, I'm not going to stand out here like an idiot. I'm going to maybe advise the Jarl to get back under cover.
Now it's up to you.
I do hear something. Oh, there it is. Here comes the dragon. That was so avoidable. He froze like a deer in the headlights. Irla didn't even react. That was very silly.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's a fire dragon. Well, he'll be stunned. I'll switch to... Yeah, the Jarl's just going to be out there fighting hand to hand, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Hopefully it'll land now somewhere after Dragon Rend. He has a somewhat cool, unique voice. No, don't breathe fire on the Jarl. I'll need that guy. Now you remember that they do not kill it. Okay. I hit a white Ren guard. Okay. I'll lure him back just taking the fire breath and not carrying to get my boots on. You really walked into that one. Didn't you ever hear they used to have a Dragoncraft here for a long time?
probably not a history death.
Like, wasn't he alive for it, bro?
Caught like a bear in a trap.
I think he'll probably translate it. I don't want to talk to his stupid nose. That always happens with Parthenax.
I forget.
Okay, from over here it's a little bit better.
Have the Dova speech. My eagerness to meet you in battle was my undoing, Dovahkiin. I salute your low cunning in devising.
Doesn't sound like a salute to me. I mean, would you rather be dead with your soul stolen? Because that was the alternative. It was not going to end well for you.
You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, no doubt you want to know where to find Alduin. Renik Vaza, an apt phrase.
He's making fun of Alduin for hiding.
Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesur, the souls of the mortal dead. A privilege he jealously
Now that's worrisome. Does that mean that if I kill Alduin, some other dragon will just step in and start eating those souls?
Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes.
A fane again is a church or a temple.
Eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midove lavarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there.
Luckily, it's not that much.
To Ulost Ofan Hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me
We
to
had
go
no
free?
such deal.
Ah, well. Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of
Now this is
Adova,
pretty implausible and kind of
without
silly.
the wings
Because
of
it's a
one,
human-built
you
temple,
will
so there
never
must have been a way that humans in large numbers could get up there with their blocks of stone and
Of
whatnot.
course.
And I find it hard to believe that while the humans were slaves, the dragons would have carried them on their backs up there just to build a temple for human purposes. It just... I don't think it makes sense.
Aran, you wound me, Dovahkiin. I may not tell the whole truth, but I am no liar.
Well, that's stupid, because there's all kinds of ways you could not tell the whole truth in the way that would kill me here. You could, like, fly me there and then, like, not let me go, or fly me there and drop me on it from, like, a mile up, or all kinds of stupid things.
Before you do.
Oh, this is going to be a funny scene, so I'll wait until Farengar's had his chance. Now, there is no way to get there without them, but I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. They could have come up with a better reason for it to be inaccessible.
Incredible.
Like he has to sneak you past like a guard of numerous dragons or something like that, for example.
I would be most appreciative if you would permit me.
He's standing right in firing range there. We have done nothing to prevent this guy from breathing fire, actually. He can totally just torch the place with all of us in it. I feel like this trap was poorly thought through.
Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
He didn't make any kind of promise.
You will not even notice me. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as
Iorla just said, Farengar, very bad idea, even for you.
Surely you wouldn't miss a few scales, or a small amount of blood.
May, what are you doing back there?
Farengar, you may recall, has been saying since the beginning he wanted to inspect the dragon. Yeah. And then he's supposed to be fleeing in panic, but he doesn't do so very well, and he runs right in front of the dragon, so... A somewhat poorly thought out scene, but pretty funny, I guess. Alright, let's see what everybody has to say.
We can never rest.
Oh, you have nothing to say.
Balgraf's enemies will not.
You'll be the toast of Whiterun.
And you're standing right in firing range, too.
I've got my eyes on you.
I've got a city to keep.
Alright, well... I guess I just need to talk to Brodahviing then.
You will release me, Roland, if in return I promise to take you to Skuldafn and stop helping
That's
Alduin.
good enough for Hjalti, actually, because helping Alduin, killing Hjalti wouldn't be included in helping Alduin. Even if he has his own motives for wanting to do so, that would definitely be a form of helping Alduin.
Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise.
There's also all kinds of other ways to fly in this setting, or levitate or whatever. They haven't actually had that as like a game mechanic since Morrowind, but there's all kinds of ones in lore, so it's really not necessary.
Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
It's a shame they never mentioned Skuldafn before, because the idea of this like gigantic final Draugr ruin that's Alduin's headquarters up in the mountains would have been fantastic if they built out there over the course of previous games, mentioning it as some kind of like legendary place or something like that. But it's basically just made up here, and that's therefore not as impressive.
I can't believe that worked. You sure about that?
I do have Dragonrun ready.
After all the trouble to catch him in there.
Nobody seems to be too upset about the guard who he
Someone
killed.
else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again. Get ready to open the trap.
I'm going to get this Dragonrun if he tries anything funny.
It seems like a really bad idea to me.
Yeah.
Carry on, soldier.
Didn't they hear the conversation explaining why it's necessary? They were right there for it. Why is there a way to release the trap anyway? I would think it was meant to keep a dragon forever.
Just in case.
Beautiful moonlit night for this dramatic trip to Skuldafn. Unfortunately, they skipped the trip. It would be a cool, thing they could have shown you, like the cinematic flying from here across Skyrim or whatever. That would also have made Skuldafn more impressive. See it from the air first or something like that, and see its monumental scale or something. But they don't really do that. So from here, there's no going back until the main quest is complete. It is a pretty worthy conclusion to a very good game. I'd rather have a brain than wings, though, so Hjalti's not too envious. So, very cool cinematic, and they all say neat things, so good beginning, cinematic for the trip there, but you probably should actually be able to see some of the trip and just like, you know, see Skyrim beneath you and see Skyrim coming up. It wouldn't take more than a few seconds that it would be quite interesting visually.
As far as I can take you.
But they didn't add dragon riding until like the last expansion, as far as I've heard. Haven't actually done it yet myself. Alright, so here we are, and that's where we need to end things for this time. Try to continue once I get back from my vacation. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.